Saigo Takamori, a tragic figure, was once a hero who fell as an enemy of the imperial court. His destiny was intertwined with the complex truths hidden behind Japan's modernization. Despite his pivotal role in the Meiji government, he ultimately fought against its forces, meeting a spectacular end. Yet this was not his true intention. In fact, an even more astonishing truth was concealed within this. What exactly was the clash between the nation's future and an individual's conviction? In this video, we unravel why a hero became an enemy of the court, the untold story behind the Seikanron crisis, and the vision of Japan Saigo truly desired. Let's now delve into that truth. The main feature will also detail the internal conflicts within the new government that cornered Saigo. In the Bakumatsu era, Saigo Takamori, a young patriot from the Satsuma domain, became the driving force behind the anti-shogun movement with his exceptional leadership and charisma. In the Boshin War, as commander of the new Meiji government forces, he defeated the former shogunate army, paving the way for Japan's modernization. As a counselor in the new government, he promoted crucial policies like the abolition of domains and establishment of prefectures and educational reforms, laying the foundation for a modern nation. He held the philosophy of Keiten Ijin, revere heaven, love people. This way of life, respecting heaven and loving humanity, captivated many. However, this idealism would eventually create an unbridgeable chasm between him and realists like Okubo Toshimichi. After the Meiji Restoration, Japan faced various issues amidst its rush to modernize. In particular, dissatisfaction among the former samurai class was steadily growing. Stripped of their livelihoods and pried by the sword abolishment edict and the stipend commutation, their lives became difficult. Resentment towards the new government deepened. Amidst this, the Seikanron, advocacy for punishing Korea, emerged within the government. It was a hawkish argument advocating for sending envoys to Korea, not ruling out military force. Saigo Takamori proposed that he himself go to Korea as a plenipotentiary envoy to establish diplomatic relations through peaceful negotiation. This was also described as a two-birds-with-one-stone strategy, aiming to overcome external crises and resolve domestic samurai dissatisfaction. However, opposition within the government was strong. Okubo Toshimichi and Iwakura Tomomi, among others, argued that military conflict with Korea was premature for Japan, whose national strength was still insufficient. Okubo, in particular, prioritized domestic stability and enriching the nation while strengthening its military, vehemently criticizing the Seikanron. Their conflict only deepened. In the political upheaval of Meiji 6, 1873, known as the Seikanron crisis, Saigo Takamori, angered by the rejection of his proposals, left the government. Many samurai and military men who sympathized with him also resigned their posts and returned to Kagoshima. Their number reportedly reached 600. After leaving the government, Saigo established a private school in his hometown of Kagoshima. He emphasized Bushido and focused on education and training. This private school was not merely an educational institution. It became a gathering place for unemployed samurai and gradually transformed into a de facto military training facility. The samurai's discontent turned into opposition against the government, and the private school came to be regarded as a base for anti-government forces. The government viewed the situation gravely and began to worry of Saigo's influence. Okubo Toshimichi, in particular, was deeply troubled by the actions of his former comrade. An ominous tension then arose between the government and the private school. It was a truly volatile situation. So why did affairs deteriorate to this extent? In January 1877, a large quantity of ammunition was seized from an army powder magazine in Kagoshima Prefecture by private school students. This incident directly triggered the Satsuma Rebellion. The government regarded it as an insurrection and demanded the disarmament of Saigo's forces. Saigo Takamori initially did not desire armed conflict. However, pushed by the surrounding samurai and with growing distrust towards the government, he resolved to resist. In February, the Satsuma army, with Saigo as its supreme commander, began its northward advance to capture Kumamoto garrison. Thus, the Satsuma Rebellion erupted. The government promptly dispatched a modern, regular army equipped with the latest weapons to suppress the uprising. Their commanders included Yamagata Aratamo and other former comrades. Seigo's army had high morale and initially held the advantage, but against the overwhelmingly superior government forces in terms of equipment and numbers, they gradually fell into a disadvantage. The fiercest battles were the siege of Kumamoto Castle and the Battle of Tabaruzaka. Kumamoto Castle was an impregnable fortress built by the renowned General Kato Kiyomasa. Seigo's forces besieged the castle for 50 days but failed to capture it. During this time, government reinforcements arrived, completely reversing the tide of battle. In the Battle of Tabaruzaka, it is said that 200,000 bullets were exchanged between both sides in a single day. It truly took on the characteristics of modern warfare. Seigo's army primarily relied on swords and old-fashioned firearms. The government army, on the other hand, was armed with the latest rifles and cannons. This overwhelming difference in military power sealed the defeat of Seigo's army. Why did the hero Saigo Takamori embark on such a reckless battle? With defeat looming, Seigo's forces continued their southward retreat across Kyushu, eventually withdrawing to their hometown of Kagoshima. Then, on September 24, 1877, they were surrounded by government forces at Shiroyama, Kagoshima. Only just over 300 soldiers remained. During the final assault, Seigo was hit by a bullet and committed seppuku with the assistance of his subordinate. He was 49 years old. The hero's life came to a tragic end. After his death, the government declared Seigo an enemy of the court, but his evaluation changed with time. So, was Saigo Takamori truly a rebel? The Satsuma Rebellion became the largest and final uprising of the samurai class. This solidified the Meiji government's path towards modernization. And the path of universal conscription under a modern military system, enriching the nation and strengthening its military, led Japan into a new era. After leaving the government, Seigo established a private school in his hometown of Kagoshima. He emphasized Bushido and focused on education and training. This was also described as a two-birds-with-one-stone strategy, aiming to overcome external crises and resolve domestic samurai dissatisfaction. However, opposition within the government was strong. In the political upheaval of Meiji 6, 1873, known as the Seikanron crisis, Saigo Takamori, angered by the rejection of his proposals, left the government. Many samurai and military men who sympathized with him also resigned their posts and returned to Kagoshima. Their number reportedly reached 600. The samurai's discontent turned into opposition against the government, and the private school came to be regarded as a base for anti-government forces. Why did a hero become an enemy of the court? It lay in the divergence between the national goal of modernization and the samurai spirit that Seigo cherished. Behind the Seikanron crisis, there was a deep conflict regarding Japan's future path between realists like Okubo Toshimichi and idealists like Seigo. The Japan Seigo truly desired might have been a compassionate society that integrated Western civilization while being rooted in the spirit of Bushido. Perhaps he was not a rebel who resisted the wave of modernization, but the last samurai who sought to preserve the good old spirit of Japan. Saigo Takamori's life today conveys the light and shadow of modernization, and the tragedy of an individual's conviction being tossed about by the times.